Hi everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mix as we continue a Hashtag United series in Football Manager 2019. Episode 48, we are flying by at the moment. And it's a great time of the year. Do you know why? Oh yes, it feels good to have this back on. It's the holiday season, so we're bringing back the green screen nightmare itself. We haven't actually done like a proper Christmas episode in forever. And of course, in the games today, we're going to play Salford on the 20th of December and Dover on the 27th. It is, for the first time, I think, this season, the actual games I said we were going to play that we've come back and done. And we've been on an excellent run. Unfortunately, the bad news first, no FA Cup football, no tremendous run through to the round of 32. FA Trophy's also gone. So our cup competitions are finished for the season, but our league form has been excellent. We'll just go through the trophy comps real quick. FA Trophy, we beat Metro Police 2-1. I did rotate quite a bit, gave like a Lachlan and Vaughan and Bolton and Waring and Kiembe and a whole bunch of other squad players opportunities in that game. We were comfortable in it the entire time. They only pulled one back at the death, but really we didn't finish the opportunities that we created the way we would have if it had been a full strength lineup. And then in the next game against Tranmere, we had to rotate again a little bit due to form, fitness and suspensions as well. So Ash Bolton played, Chadwick played, Kiembe played, and we just struggled to create enough chances to actually get the win. 2 early goals to them was enough to see them through. They defended well after that. As far as the FA Cup goes, we had a good 2-0 against Dover, one of our opponents today, and then we, unfortunately, in the very first round, as soon as the League One sides dropped in, drew Wigan Athletic, who at the time were sitting, I think, second in League One, and we actually did alright. We went to our cautious mentality. We set up behind the ball really early. We went down to 2-0. To 2 very good goals. Where they actually beat us in this game was their set piece delivery. It was phenomenal. Like every shot that they had was on target from free kicks and things like that. Their delivery from deep was like always like a weighted ball that the keeper couldn't come out and get. That was just the difference. Their like technical ability was what did us in the end. But we were actually pretty good. Smith got a goal for us in the 37th minute. Heim brought one back in the 79th minute to make it interesting and make me think, oh, maybe for the last 10 minutes we'll push on. But just their individual quality is what won out. So that's the draw sometimes. You know, if we had gotten on another side around our division, or, you know, there are still Vanarama South teams that were in the competition at that time, like, it could have gone very differently and we could have pushed on and gotten to the second or third round. But unfortunately, we drew Wigan early and they were worthy winners, so nothing to really complain about there. Of course, we don't get that financial boost that we wanted, but we have had a fantastic league run anyway. Since that last episode where we played Aldershot and Cambridge, that defeat, we've actually had really good league form. A 4-0 win against Hartlepool in our catch-up game saw us boost up the table really quickly. We then lost 2-1 to Boston United, but we had a whole bunch of games in this period where we were losing. We went down to 10 men in the 48th minute and we just couldn't find a winner. We did find an equaliser in the 80th minute, but then Wes McDonald broke our hearts, 90th minute goal for him. But since then, because we haven't had cup competitions, we've been persevering with our positive structure. We've had bigger gaps between our games. We're starting to see it open up a little bit as far as the season goes. And if you look at our remaining schedule, there's a lot of like Saturday games instead of Saturday Wednesdays, which I think is going to help us out tremendously as the season continues. So 1-1 draw with Tranmere, who are proven to be a bit of a bogey team. Played them twice in a week. Harrogate we beat 5-3. Harrogate at the time was sitting second in the division, and this one was a goal fest in every sense of the word. We scored and then they scored and then we went ahead and then they pulled it back and then it got kind of testy for a little bit, but then Ollie Chadwick got a sealer for us, and then they pulled another one back in injury time, so there was a whole bunch of goals in that one, a 5-3 classic. Then we beat Nuneaton, pretty straightforward game. We could have scored a lot more, just didn't find the finishing. Similar story for Gateshead. We came flying out of the box, scored really early, and then just struggled to finish our chances. Beat Port Vale 3-0 away from home, beat Dartford 3-1 at home at a time when they were like right up the top of the division. Then we've had 2 excellent wins against Bromley and Wrexham. So as we're getting more and more time between our games, as we're getting more and more training sessions, we are continuing to get good results and move up the table, which sees us currently sit in second spot. Only 2 points off top, and as we said at the start of the series, by the time we get to the 1st of January, I just want to be in a good position to challenge, and we're in an excellent position to challenge. And while all I really want for Christmas is 2 victories today to continue our run, I've already had 1 early Christmas present, which is the return of Keith Mee. He's finally back to full training after 12 months out with an MCL injury, or ACL, I don't know which CL it was, but one of them. He's now turned 21, he's still 2.5-star current ability despite not playing for a year, 5-star potential. We're just going to slowly work him back. We're not going to rush anything. We might give him two 10-minute appearances in the games today just to get his fitness back. Then we might split that out and in the next 2 games do half an hour. 2 games after that, we might start him but give him 45 minutes, and we're just going to build him up gradually over the next few weeks. But a very, very welcome return. Oh, we do have another new face, I forgot to mention. David Edens. Left back from Arsenal. He basically didn't want to sign for us during the off-season. We've brought him in now, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. A lot of 8s and 9s here amongst his technical attributes. Very good mental attributes for a fullback. Good bravery, teamwork, work rate, and fantastic physical attributes. Good acceleration, jumping reach, fitness, pace, stamina. Strength is 14. So 17-year-old American, the first North American that we've actually had in the series. And he's been excellent since he signed. 7.46 average match rating across about 6 games. And then the other 2 real changes is that Ryan Agnew has been playing central defence and been excellent. I don't think we've lost since we brought him in for Darren Downing. And Justin O'Loughlin's growth over this season has been phenomenal. He's moved up half a star in terms of current ability, and his potential keeps rising as well. Still only 18. He's really starting to make that deep-lying playmaker role his own. It does see Jason Fisher go to the bench. Jason Fisher hasn't done anything wrong, so to speak. He just hasn't progressed at the same rate that Justin O'Loughlin has. But that's more than enough talking from me. It's a Christmas episode. You guys want to see football, and we are going to jump forward to the game against Salford now. Alright, so looking at our lineup, we're going with our 4-4-2 hashtag shape. Dennis, of course, in goal. Norman and Agnew as the central defensive partnership. Edens on the left, wing-back spot. Robinson on the right. Smith and Gallagher as our 2 wingers. Hyam and O'Loughlin as the central midfield pairing. Grant will continue up top. Jimmy Chandler's been out with an injury for like the last month and a bit. So we've been down to 2 strikers, and Threkaj, our leading scorer, will lead the line. They're playing a very narrow-looking 4-3-3. If you think back to last season, FM19, 3 up top tactics were so incredibly overpowered. This one's not quite that bad, but they are playing a very high-looking number 10. High up the pitch, I mean. He looks stoned, but high up the pitch is what I meant. And then a very deep 3 in midfield. So we are very creative through our wide players, our wingers and wing-backs. Hopefully that kind of plays into it a little bit, and we'll be able to get some time and space in wide areas to knock the ball in. We're in excellent form. I'm not looking to change anything too much. I'm just going to assertively say we're the favourites. Go out and give the fans a performance to cheer for. No one's responded that positively, so let's just give everyone a little boost and tell them we have faith in them. And everyone's responded positively to that. I would love to get 2 victories. That's all I really want for Christmas, is 2 wins in this game. And I know Boreham would have a tough game this weekend. They are playing away from home against 7th placed Cambridge. So there's potential that they could drop points, but we will start keeping an eye on our rivals. Green's got a long ball forward. It's a good save from Dennis. Just a ball straight over the top there. But we will start keeping an eye on our promotion rivals, because I would love to get a league title. Edens heads it straight away from the corner, and they've let it run out from a throw-in. Interestingly, we've only ever been promoted via winning the league. Edens with a throw-in here. I'll go through this highlight and then I'll finish that thought. It's headed away, but it's going to be tidied up by Agnew. Out to Robinson on the right. He's got space in front of him. Plays inside to Smith, who gets tackled in the box, but they've just let the ball recover. Long ball forward to Agnew, who's coughed it up to Bonner. We've all run towards the ball, and Green's wide open on the far side. And Dennis with a phenomenal save. It's fallen to Bonner again, and Norman with an excellent tackle, but the referee's raised. Dennis has bailed us out then. So they've definitely got a danger on the counter-attack. Yeah, like I was saying, we've only ever been promoted with our 5 league titles. 5 league titles. I don't know why I held up 4 fingers. We've never been promoted out of a playoff position. We've had 2 playoff runs, and both of them ended in heartache. In the Vanarama South and last season in the Vanarama National. So I think it's super important that we continue to push on, continue to get good results, and move up to top spot on the table. Alright, so we get through to half-time. 4 shots, 1 on target, 54% of the ball. They've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 46%. But most importantly, they've had the 2 highlights we've seen so far. Gallagher and Grant are both on yellow cards, which we will have to keep an eye on. And I'm going to passionately say, Media have given you a lot of credit lately. That one usually works, and most have responded as motivated. Let's also talk to the 2 forwards who have struggled a little bit. You have the ability to make a real difference. Go out there and do it, and both seem happy or motivated, which is good. It's just one of those things, like sometimes, and I'm not complaining about it, the game's not scripted, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or something, anything like that. I just feel like when you reload the game sometimes, it recalculates your form a little bit, and we've been in excellent form going into this game. Smith has the ball now, it's a good strike, and it clips the crossbar as it goes out. And we've been in good form going into this game, but then because I've stopped and set up all the recording stuff and reloaded the save and gotten into the game, it just always feels like you kind of disjoint your own form a little bit. Whereas if, like yesterday, when I was playing all these games and winning all these matches, had it kept going, we probably would have steamrolled both these teams without any issue. Alright, so 2 subs after the hour mark. We're going to take off Justin O'Loughlin, who's struggled, and Jason Fisher will come on, and Tony Smith has also been pretty ineffectual, so Ollie Chadwick will come on the right. There's 3 yellow cards out there. I'm just going to hold on to the last sub because I want to bring on Keith Mew with the last 10 minutes. So I'm putting some trust in some players. Let's see if they actually go and repay it now. They both seem motivated to the talk, which is good. And because there's an hour gone, we're going to use Old Faithful, our Get Creative shout. And hopefully most players, yeah, they do. They are all inspired, which is good. But really, I just like to see a highlight our direction. That's all I really want. Highlight here, Hannum to take a throw in on the right. It's gone to Green. Deep ball across. It's headed away behind, but only as far as Hicks. His strike from distance hit the post, and Eden scrambles it away. And so there's still a danger. Alright, 80th minute. We're going to welcome back our captain, the hero, the returning Keith Mew. You have the ability to get a difference. He seems motivated, which is great. He hasn't played football for 12 months. He hasn't come back through the reserves or anything like that. This is his first 10-minute appearance since returning to full training about a week and a half ago. And we're also going to use our Demand More shout to try and push on in this last 10 minutes and find a winner. Let's highlight here, Shea with the long goal kick forward, or it looked like an offside free kick. Norman with a good header. Taylor to Hyam, to Threkaj. Out to Chadwick. Back to Robinson. At least we're in possession. Comes forward now. Looks for a deep ball across. Fisher should tidy up. There's no one around him. He just needs to take his time. If we can work the ball out to the other side, we've got men on. Agnew now. To Fisher again. Switches now to Gallagher, who's got time and space in front of him and an overlapping fullback if he can find him. Looks for him now. Edens. Can he get a decent ball in the box? Back to Gallagher. Back to Edens. Cross it, Eden, please. Finds Keith Mew. Oh, and his header is just over the top. Feel like a fully fit Keith Mew would have just poked that one home near post. Hyam now with a short corner to Gallagher. Deep ball across, and it's gone in from Joe Norman, his first goal of the season. Gallagher, the architect. Let's check that out in 3 dimensions. It was a clusterfuck of stuff in the middle. Gallagher just hooks this one front post, and it's Norman at front stick, just beats the keeper on his near side. So we've got the goal that we need. And it does see us move up into top spot as things currently stand, because Cambridge have taken a lead against Boreham Wood. But we're not going to look at that. We're just going to focus on our game. We've got to get through the remaining 4 minutes of additional time that's been added on. But we've nicked something at a set piece, which is very, very good. We desperately wanted to keep our runner form going. They've got a corner here, Dander to take. It's pinballing around a little bit, out to Duncan. To Yandander, backstick runner in Banks. Shots closed down well, and we had a 2v1, but the referee has called full time. So a good win. I'm going to take it. Not the prettiest win, not the most beautiful football we've ever played, but we got Keith Mew through 10 minutes, and he didn't die. We've gotten a late winner from a set piece opportunity, and it was a good win for us. So let's just praise everybody, give everyone a bit of a boost. Hashtag United go top of Vanarama National. I cannot tell you how long I've waited to actually see those words written. Good 1-0 win. Joe Norman with his goal gets 7.9 and the man of the match rating. We've maintained our winning streak, pushed it to 8 games in a row now. I'd love to get it to double figures if we can, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've got Dover in 7 days. Magic of editing, we're going to jump ahead to that game now. And just like that, we're a couple of days ahead. We're going with our flat 4-4-2. In that hashtag United shape, it's an unchanged lineup from the first game. They are playing a 4-1-4-1. Couple of ex-Newcastle players, it looks like. An ex-Fulham guy in there, an ex-Sutton guy in there. So they're still hanging on. We are seeing more and more teams with just regen players. But there are a couple of young players at the start of the game that are still hanging around 8 seasons in, particularly lower league football. Assertively, let's just say recent form standings have Dover in 16th place while we're in 1st. Everyone seems to have responded okay with it. I'm not going to force anything. They are the bottom team in the division. We are going to go out with a positive game plan. If we can get an early goal, I think it will settle everyone's nerves and we'll continue to hold on to the win and top spot and whatever else. The longer this game goes, the more difficult it becomes with the young side to push through and find that winner. Actually, one might say, well, we just did that in the last game. A late winner from a set piece. First highlight of the game, Robinson to take a throw in. O'Loughlin squares it up to Edens at the top of the box. Played into Hyam, who's tackled. Taylor recovers. Good press. Ball all the way back to Bullman in goal. Edens wins a free header. Forward to Gallagher now, who beats one man. Plays inside to Grant. Back to Hyam at the top of the box. He bursts forward. Plays to Smith, who goes back to O'Loughlin. Out to Robinson on the right-hand side. Cuts inside to O'Loughlin. It's good possession, which makes me worried we're going to cough the ball up and they're going to pump one long. Hyam now with the ball at the top of the box. Gets his strike away, and it's a good save from Bullman. So we did have the shot in the end. Resulting corner. Smith to take. Goes straight in towards Threkaj back post. It's headed away, but Threkaj will get to the ball first. Played back into the middle to Agnew, and that's the end of the highlight. Deep free kick from Harker now inside his own half. Played forward to Pearson, who cuts inside. to Taylor, getting towards the top of the box, plays out right to the fullback Passley. Deep ball across, Robinson heads it away, but not far enough. Agnew flicks it on. Taylor now to Smith, who's recovered the ball. We are breaking forward, he just needs to slow up, plays Threckage on the right wing. He's got men coming to join him in the middle. Back to Smith, to Hyam at the top of the box. Takes a touch, gets his strike away, but it was never really looking like getting on target. So we're having strikes, but they're all from distance. But at least we are getting highlights, I shouldn't complain. Another one here, Edens to take a short throw in, played to Grant, inside to Gallagher, to O'Loughlin, who has a bit of time in front of him. Out to Robinson on the right. Tries a deep cross, but it wasn't really on. O'Loughlin will tidy up. Back to Agnew, to O'Loughlin again. Agnew again, he's got a man out the other side if he can switch, he does now to Norman. To Hyam. Bursts forward with the ball, plays it out left to Edens, inside to Gallagher. Back to Edens again. Deep cross towards Grant, takes an excellent touch. What a touch that is to go around his man, and finishes at the front post to get his 6th goal of the season. Just good little interchanging play here, just not rushing anything. Edens does force kind of a deeper ball in, but it's a great touch from Grant around his man, and it gets out in front of him, and he just finishes that one past the keeper at near post. And we take a 1-goal lead. So good that pressure that we've been building up has finally paid off. Boreham Wood are playing Aldershot away from home again, so we do have the potential to build up a 3-point gap between us and them, which is how things currently stand. We've got a corner here, Smith to take. It's a deep one towards Agnew, but Bullman does well and comes out and claims. He's gone with the long ball forward. Lally actually brings it down on his own. Edens with a good tackle, but Beanie follows up and then hits the crossbar and it scrambles away. Smith is recovered, but that is the end of the highlight. So there's a danger. We get beaten a lot actually with the ball out of the goalkeeper's hands. One of the goals against Wigan in the FA Cup was literally the goalkeeper just kicked it and the guy brought it down and finished it. Like, we don't challenge well enough for those balls in the air. And I guess some of that's to do with that we're young and potentially like smaller than a lot of the adult players that we play against. Throwing now, Robinson to O'Loughlin, switches out to Hyam. He's got another man over in Edens. Instead he strikes from the top of the box. He's been doing that a lot this game with very limited success. Bullman's take the resulting goal kick. Agnew with a good header, comes out to Robinson. Forward to Smith, who's got some time in front of him if he can find the right ball. Falls to Hyam. Top of the 18-yard box, he gets his strike away again. We just keep seeing him drive on his left peg and then strike, but they're getting closer and closer to goal kick territory rather than anything else. So we get to half time, 12 shots, 4 on target, 59% of the ball. They've had 5 shots, 1 on target, 41%, but we have put them under a tremendous amount of pressure. Having said that though, it would be good if Ollie Hyam would actually start trying to lay off the ball or play strikers in or something like that. Assertively, let's just say I'm pleased with how things are going, keep it up. Everyone seems positive there. Interestingly, Aldershot have taken a 1-goal lead into half-time against Boreham Wood. I'm not going to look at their scores and their results. I'm just going to focus on our game. I don't want to lose that focus, but things could be going very well for us if that result continues. Note Boreham Wood have immediately, as I'm speaking, equalised in the 50th minute, so just keep my mouth shut. Just don't look at it. Right, now we're going to make 2 subs. Ollie Chadwick will come on for Tony Smith, who has struggled a little bit again. Fisher will come on for Hyam, and we'll move O'Loughlin to the box-to-box role, just because Hyam seems to just be hell-bent on shooting from the top of the box today. And after an hour, we're going to use Old Faithful, our Get Creative shout, and hopefully a couple are inspired. Our goalkeeper and centre-back are pressured, but that's fine. I wasn't looking for them to do anything creative. And then once we get to the last 10 minutes, we're also going to look on to bring on Keith Mee and continue his return from injury. We've got a corner here, Gallagher to take, plays it short to Chadwick, who knocks it to Fisher at the top of the box, back to Chadwick again, gets a ball in towards Norman, whose header is just over the bar, but in reality I think the keeper had it covered. 80 minutes gone, so we're going to give Keith Mee another 10-minute cameo as he looks to build up his fitness. He seems pretty happy. And we're going to take off Grant, the goal scorer. Even though Threckage has struggled, I want to get Threckage and Mee working together and building their relationship and partnership up front again. O'Loughlin with the ball now, back to Fisher. Into O'Loughlin again. Played out left to Edens, who's got time to whip in a ball if he can find the cross. He's dropped the ball, it's fallen to Threckage, and he's gotten his 17th goal of the season. I think it was the keeper that came out and either tried to claim or misjudged the flight of it or ran underneath it. He might have dropped it. It's a good ball from O'Loughlin out to Edens. That's what we need more from Hyam, that early spread. Edens with a deep ball across, and yeah, it looks like the keeper just drops it, and Threckage is the man right there where he's landed, and he pokes it home from 6 yards. So we get our second goal of the game, which is good. That gives us a bit of a buffer, continues to build our goal difference. And it looks like Aldershot have again taken a lead. I've got to stop looking at Borehamwood's results or it's going to do my head in. Dover have the ball now. Rundle comes forward. Played square to Pearson. Someone's got to get out to him. And he strikes from distance, but thankfully he couldn't get it on target. So first real highlight we've seen for Dover, and we were just a bit slow in transition there. 3 minutes to be added on. We're into the last 20 seconds of it now. We do have a highlight here with Robinson. Played to Keith Mear, who I think is the first touch that we've seen since he's actually returned. Deep ball across. O'Loughlin should tidy up now. Played forward to Edens, who coughs the ball up. It's a long one forward. Burns takes a good touch, but the referee bails us out and blows the final whistle. So 2-0 in the end. 22 shots, 5 on target, 58% of the ball. 8 shots, 3 on target, 42% for Dover. A thoroughly professional job at home against the team currently sitting on the bottom of the division. You would have maybe liked a couple more goals, but I'm not going to complain too much. A good win, boys. Well done. Alright, quality possession provides victory. A good 2-0 win. David Edens with a 7.8 gets the Man of the Match award for that one. And we continue our excellent run of form. That takes us to 9 straight wins since getting eliminated from the FA Cup, which is great. We have a massive game next time out against Boreham Wood. I'm going to do that one off screen. But if we win that game, potentially, we have the ability to go 7 points clear at the top of the table, which makes me think it might become like a bit of a coronation and whatever else. Now, the next episode is episode 49. I do want to kind of do something big for episode 50, whether it's a playoff episode, which are always a little bit longer because we kind of get 2 or 3 games in those, or it's going to be, a result celebrating a league win. Something for episode 50 would be good to do. So what I'm kind of thinking is we might come back around here, around the end of February and the start of March, and do maybe Macclesfield and Billericay. Billericay, interestingly, are currently managed by Wayne Rooney. He took over the job a couple of weeks ago, and he's done all right. They were sitting down around 22nd, and now they're up to 18th. So they're getting some sort of results. I've no idea if Glenn Tamplin is still involved in the club at all. But yeah, we might do that. We'll see how we're travelling at the end of February, and then depending on how the results go in that game, depending on league position, if it looks like we're going to make the playoffs, we might come back and do episode 50 as our playoff games. Or if it looks like we're going to win the league, we might come back and do episode 50 as our final game of the season against Harrogate, and then a bit of like a post-season review. Go through, look at like some of our leading scorers, some of the club records that we've still got, and of course the big one, that because if we win the league, we'll go up into League 2, which means we're going to transition to full-time professional football. So it'll be cool to kind of do that on screen with you guys as well, and like go through and read the news and do whatever else. It might be a bit slower an episode because I won't edit as much out. We'll just sit there and actually play the game and read things as they come up. But that's, I think, how we're going to play in it. We're going to come back at the end of Feb, do the games against Macclesfield and Billericay, and then we will come back towards the end of May and either do our playoff games or do our game against Harrogate to hopefully, fingers crossed, touch whatever wood happens to be near you, win the league that season. As always though, guys, the thing I appreciate most is your support and your watching, so thank you so much. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos. You can drop a like on this one if you want to celebrate our decent run of form, and of course to celebrate the holidays. You can follow _FM on Twitter if you want to be kept up to date on all of our Football Manager content as we slowly, well not slowly, it's actually going incredibly quickly, I don't know why I said that, move towards Football Manager 2020. Go and check out the previous videos we've done on the channel for announcing the winners of the FM20 giveaway and our beta save and our full series that we're going to be doing. But as always, I've been Sean, this has been In The Mixer, and don't you ever forget to hashtag it.